Storm Oscar reaches Cuba amid massive power outages that left millions without electricity. The former Albanian president Ilir Meta has been forcefully arrested in Tirana on alleged corruption charges.
Moldovans vote yes to Europe, but by the narrowest of margins.
Heavy rainfall swept across Cuba as Tropical Storm Oscar made landfall. It comes as the country's capital has been largely paralyzed by massive blackouts, leaving 10 million people without electricity.
Yo por lo menos no me arriesgaría a comprar nada porque todo está echado a perder. No hay tarjeta, no hay banco, no hay nada. El país está parado completo.
The power outage caused unrest for many. Cuba is in the middle of an economic crisis, and many already suffer from food, water, medicine, and fuel shortages. As a result, the prolonged blackouts led to a handful of small protests.
Nosotros queremos ratificar que nunca la revolución va a tolerar este tipo de conducta y que todos serán procesados como corresponde con el rigor que contemplan las leyes revolucionarias.
The Cuban government has a low tolerance for civil disobedience, and President Miguel Diaz-Canel warned protesters that they would not allow any vandalism. The former Albanian president Ilir Meta has been forcefully arrested in Tirana on alleged corruption charges. Meta has previously been under investigation for allegedly hiding wealth as well as illegal lobbying in the United States. Meta has denied the allegations against him.
Janë tre akuza, kaq është korrupsion, pastrimi produkteve dhe nuk e di një tjetër.
Meta is the leader of Albania's left-wing Freedom Party and served as the country's president from 2017 until 2022. He has been a vocal opponent of the government of Prime Minister Edi Rama, accusing it of running a kleptocratic regime. The president of the Democratic Party believes Rama orchestrated the arrest and believes he targets his political opponents. The prime minister has denied this. Corruption has marred Albanian politics since the fall of communism, hindering the country's democratic, economic, and social development.
US-based Turkish Islamic scholar Fethullah Gulen has died at the age of 83. Authorities in Ankara confirmed his death on Monday, describing him as the leader of a dark organization. He was accused of orchestrating the failed 2016 coup in Turkey, but Gulen, who had lived in self-imposed exile in the United States since 1999, denied involvement. According to his followers, Gulen's movement, known as Hizmet, seeks to spread a moderate brand of Islam.
Moldovan President Maia Sandu denounced vote buying in the constitutional referendum on the country's EU accession, which the pro-Europe side won by a narrow margin, 50.4% versus 49.6%. Sandu claims that 130,000 people have been paid to vote no by criminal entities, with voters instructed on how to cast their ballots.
And then there are people who just sold their votes. And in any democracy, it's normal to have people who have different views. What's not normal is to have a situation where criminal groups are bribing voters. I'm blaming the criminal groups who are using the dirty money to buy the Moldovan votes.
Sandu did not mention Russia or any other foreign actor. She only envisaged dirty interference trying to block Moldova's path towards EU membership. But despite her claims, the presidency is not showing any evidence of electoral corruption. Moldova's main opposition considers instead that it was Sandu's lack of credibility that dragged down the result of the EU referendum. The International Election Observation Mission did not report any evidence of vote theft and corruption at the polling station. But its report underlines various forms of manipulative interferences to destabilize the country, illicit financing of political actors, disinformation campaigns and cyber attacks.
There have also been multifold statements from simple citizens who say, well, quick money for poor people, that is something that I take. So that is not something that is hearsay only, but is very concrete.
The European Commission said it had witnessed unprecedented interference by Russia in Moldova, and that Moscow aimed to destabilize the country. Russian attacks across Ukraine killed at least 4 and injured dozens more on Monday, according to local authorities. The Ukrainian Air Force said they shot down 59 of 116 Shahed-type drones launched by Russia overnight, as Moscow also attacked Ukraine with ballistic and guided aerial missiles. 2 people were found dead under rubble after Russia attacked a village in Kharkiv, according to a regional governor. Another person was killed in Sumy after overnight attacks against the region hit a critical infrastructure facility, leading to blackouts in several settlements. 14 people were injured and 1 killed after an attack against the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia, according to Governor Ivan Fedorov. Russia is carrying out intense attacks on the Eastern Front as they attempt to storm sectors in Donetsk, says Ukraine's National Guard.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the majority of his Western allies were supportive of his so-called victory plan. He said he got positive signals on the use of long-range missiles. However, he criticized the fact that some countries, including the US, the UK and France, wanted to coordinate their decisions with each other whether to give permission to use the missiles into Russian territory. Alexander Kornienko is the deputy spokesperson for the Ukrainian parliament. He said it has been a crucial factor for Ukraine since the start of the war.
Because we asked for that even in 2022, because we all understand that one of the biggest and important, part of stress to Russia, it's to stress to Russia military objects near Ukraine, close to Ukraine, but not close maybe. Something far, and we do it right now with our, creative solutions like using long-range drones and someone else. But of course, if you talk about real serious part like military strategy of that, we need to use long-range artillery, of course.
Meanwhile, Ukraine says Russia is attempting to beef up its forces by using 10,000 North Korean soldiers, escalating and widening the scope of the war. President Zelensky warned about this development in Brussels, where he outlined the victory plan with allies in the EU and NATO.
So, we know about 10,000 soldiers of North Korea that they are preparing to fight against us. This is really urgent thing because Iran, they gave, drones, licenses to produce these drones and missiles, yes, but not people, not officially, yes? And here we see this first step in this war, and this is the first step to a world war.
Allies are yet to give official responses to the victory plan, which sources say it requires a major upgrade in military support. However, the majority of allies recognize that time is running out to help Ukraine win.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Elle ne s'identifie pas en tant qu'artiste. C'est un exemple pour tous. Isabelle, on la rencontre et on ne peut plus jamais la quitter. C'est comme une personne qui habite la pensée constamment et l'émotion aussi.
Elle a toujours été là, elle est toujours aussi incroyable, elle est toujours aussi merveilleuse, magique.
She's one of the women who never ages, it seems. She's always as sexy and beautiful and charismatic.
Je le sais, sa façon d'être à moi parfois vous déplaît.
Isabel has given voice to the silent angst we carry in the crowded places of public life and the quiet dread of loneliness and insignificance in a world seemingly imprevious to our existence. Yet as powerful, she's wrapped us in the warm blanket of intimacy, reminding us of the potential for tenderness, exuberance and joy that come with human connection. And she has done this almost quietly.
Et elle l'a fait presque discrètement, mystérieusement.
Mysteriously.
Le cinéma nous regarde. Ça aide à vivre d'être regardé. Le cinéma, ça entretient la mémoire aussi. C'est important, la mémoire et les souvenirs. Par exemple, demain, je me réveillerai et ce moment lumineux sera un merveilleux souvenir pour toujours.